So the godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, has recently stepped out of Google to share his concerns with the dangers of AI. This is all over the news worldwide, and prior to this, over the past few months, Elon Musk and a bunch of other AI experts have asked for a 6-month pause to the giant AI developments. So there's definitely a concern with the rapid AI growth that is happening right now, and in this video, we will look at what the main concerns are and what does it mean for consumers like us, but also what opportunities are coming out as a result of this. You see, with any new technology, especially with the cutting edge ones, opinions are going to be there from both sides. For example, Yann LeCun, chief AI scientist at Meta, who was also awarded the same 2018 Turing Award as Hinton, has a different opinion about the matter. This is normal and happens all the time in the world of tech. Since AI exploded in such a big way recently, these arguments are also surfacing in the same proportion. Unless you're an AI scientist working in this field or someone who is actively developing these high-level NLP or computer vision models, you can keep yourself aware, but these are happening at such a high level, it won't affect you the same way you think. What we need to understand is the difference between research and development of AI and AI products that we consume as users. A model like OpenAI's ChatGPT or similar can take years of research to develop. However, one such model can create the way for thousands of applications to be developed out of that. These concerns are more around that higher level, for lack of better words, where models are being developed, but the application developments will not be slowing down. To understand the implications better, growth within the space of deep learning models will increase the speed of innovation, and thus the event horizon will move closer. This means as these models get smarter and smarter, we will lose the sight of what innovations can be expected. For example, you may have a decent idea as to all the interesting tech that are sort of expected to release over the next 5 years. You will likely see better tools, smarter phones, smart robots maybe, to release over the next few years, because this speed of development is normal to us. But imagine a person in the 1980s to think iPhones can exist in 1985. That would be impossible for them, to the point that they cannot even comprehend iPhones in the 1980s as a need that can even exist. This is basically how event horizons work. So powerful AI models that can perform at 1,000-fold of a 200 IQ person will lead to innovation and products that will surpass what you can comprehend and expect within the next 6 months. There's also difficulty in understanding how to measure the power of these models, since they may even surpass our common measuring tools. For example, GPT-4 can ace the bar exam, but GPT-5 may be able to ace exams that don't even exist as a standard of measure yet. So, as you can tell, it's only natural for people to voice their concerns when dealing with such high levels of uncertainty. However, for the most of us, we're only exposed to the product space where all we use or experience are simple low-level use cases that these models provide. And this has a completely separate speed of innovation that just works on utilizing the models and progressively reach its potential. Of course, this will not stop. So the point that I'm trying to make here is, let's not lay back and think AI might be slowing down, since there's a gigantic scope of opportunities that are out there for us to work towards. And especially when the high-level layer is slowing down, it gives us more breathing time to really focus on what is out there and master that. This is a wonderful thing because for the first time, we can solve big problems with little technology. Let's look at what opportunities can we actually tap into. At the very top, you have the models itself. So if you have a strong background in statistics, mathematics, or computer science, you can develop your own models on top of the work that is already done, and this, hands down, will be one of the most important skills of the near future. But this is not for everyone, so here's what the rest of us can work on. All of these models are essentially advanced algorithms that take in some form of data as input and produce an output based on what it is configured to do. So you can create applications using these models directly or through APIs and solve certain problems that the market needs. Trading bots, industry-specific GPTs are some of the interesting use cases out there. For example, if you train a GPT model with a lot of books within the sci-fi genre and then release an application that helps you write sci-fi books or even assists you in writing those, of course you will need to do your due diligence in that industry to find what works and the legal rules around it. Hugging Face has a lot of these open source models that you can use through the APIs, or go to websites like Google Cloud to use models developed by Google. Then you have people who don't really care for using these tools but want the final product made for them. This is where you you would learn the best tools in a certain niche and then develop done-for-you solutions through freelancing or starting your own niche consulting firms. I'm currently working on content specifically on these where we will look at step-by-step processes to build these solutions. I'll be releasing them over the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for them. Lastly, you have the jobs of the future. I've already made a lot of videos on prompt engineering, which is one such job that existed for a while but really took off after the release of ChatGPT. And a lot like these will come up and evolve out of the current jobs. These will require advanced skills to essentially interact with these models. You will need to gain some understanding on how the models work, some technical, but mostly non-technical, and a whole lot of practice. I'll bring you the information on these new jobs as they develop, and similar to prompt engineering, I'll create a ton of content to make it easier for you to understand these new opportunities. Hopefully this helps you feel a little more relieved with everything that's going around in AI and some motivation to look at the brighter side. Thank you for joining me today. Hit the subscribe button and join the channel to be notified of the upcoming videos. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.